I'm going to start with my prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karva Vahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. We go to the Shanti part of this Upanishad. Om Shanno Mitraha Sham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatva Yarma Shanno Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanma Vavatu Tad Vaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we did first part of it, Omiti Brahma, Omiti Idgam Sarvam. And there is one Hindi ka anuvad which is very poetic. And I thought I will read that. उससे काफी कुछ clear हो जाएगा. Sorry, give me a minute, it fell down. Okay, because all of us are Hindi speaking over here too, so this will help a lot. The next one. Okay, maybe first I'll do the Sanskrit part and do the word meaning, and then I'll do the Hindi, and then we will go through the explanation. So the big sandhis are there. So I'm going to break the sandhi and say it. Om iti etad anukruti asmai ve api O shravaya iti ashravanti Omiti samani gayanti Ogam shomiti shastrani shaksanti Om iti ardhavyu hu prati garam prati grunati Om iti brahma prasauti Om iti agnihotram anujanati. Om iti brahmanah pravakshan aha brahma upapna vani iti actually. Brahma eva upapnoti. So that's what it is. And I know it sounds very tough over here if you don't know Sanskrit. But let's see, there's some word meaning, then it'll open up a little bit. Om, we know Om. Iti is thus. Etat, this syllable. Anukruti, consent. When you tell somebody, hey, go ahead and do it, that's what it means. Anukruti. Anumati dena, jisko bolte hain. Haswa vai is indeed widely known. This Om is widely known like that. Api is also O Shravaya. Shrava Shravan se aaya hai. People who are listening. The people who are sitting over there. Iti. Iti is thus. Ashravayanti. They, the priest offering the sacrifice. जो हवन करते हैं ना, उसमें जो different लोग होते हैं, उनके बारे में बताया गया है. Encourage the assistant. So, एक main priest होता है, फिर assistant होते हैं. Om again is Om. Iti thus. Samani, the Sama verses. जो अथर्ववेद सामवेद है ना, सामवेद गा के बोला जाता है. There's a lot of music. सारा जो music है वो सामवेद से आया. That's what they believe. Gayanti, they sing. Om Shom is Om का ही है दूसरा kind of elaboration. Iti is the shastrani invocation mantra. Shag Santi is recite. Reciting this invocation mantra har ek mein hota hai, like we were saying the Shanti part and all that. Om is Om. Iti thus ardhavyu. The Ritvik known as ardhavyu. So ये जो बोलते हैं ना यज्ञ का जो मैनेजर बोलो जिसको, हेड प्रीस्ट जो पूरा यज्ञ चलाता है, उसको बोलते हैं ये ardhavyu. Pratigaram is encouragement, it gives encouragement. Pratigranati, respond in recitation. किसी को कुछ बोलना हो तो भी ओम वर्ड यूज करते हैं. ओम इति. दस ब्रह्मा, यहाँ पर ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश वाला नहीं है, चीफ प्रीस्ट को बोला गया है ब्रह्मा यहाँ पर. Who sets right possible mistakes. जो जिसको अथॉरिटी है कि भाई ऐसे करो वैसे करो, यू नो, लाइक ऐसे मैनेजर हम लोग जो बोलते हैं इन मॉडर्न लैंग्वेज. Prasoti is expresses his assent. It means he says, okay, please go ahead and do it now. He gives a permission to go forward. Om se hota hai wo. Om se diya jata hai permission. That's what I'm trying to say. Agnihotram. We have these last name in India, Agnihotri. That's where it's coming from. Offering of oblation to the fire. Agni में आहुति डालने को बोलते हैं अग्निहोत्री, you know, जो डालते हैं. Anujanati permits. Give permission. Om iti again, Om das. Brahmana, so we know one of the four varnas, the one who are communicators of sacred knowledge, you know, who have the capacity to hold the knowledge is called Brahmana. और उसको practice भी करना. Pravashyam, beginning the recitation of the Vedas. So Veda को chant करने के पहले भी says Brahma means यहाँ Brahman, the highest one. उपापनवाणी, may I obtain, means हम लोग ये जितने भी हवन करते हैं, शास्त्र पढ़ते हैं, गीता पढ़ते हैं, what is the goal? Not to become pandit, that's a very minor silly goal, but actually to attain that Brahman. That's the whole goal. We are striving for this. So जो ऐसा बोलते हैं कि मुझे may I obtain Brahman, Brahman, these Brahmanas surely obtain that. जैसे एक कहावत है ना कि ढूंढने पर तो भगवान भी मिल जाते हैं, वही है यहाँ पे. उसको ढूंढ रहा है और उसके लिए वो सब कर रहा है. सो ओम की क्या महत्ता है वो बताया गया है. तो मैं हिंदी में पढ़ती हूँ एंड इट विल बी वेरी नाइस. यू विल गेट द जिस्ट एंड देन यू विल गो थ्रू सम लिटिल मोर एक्सप्लेनेशन, देन वी विल रीड. सो ओम ही ब्रह्म है जो ईश्वर का परम चिन्ह है. ओम ही समस्त जगत है. वह सृष्टि के हर जीव में है और वह सृष्टि में हर चीज में है. दिस वॉज द फर्स्ट लाइन which we did last week. ओम ईश्वर और ब्रह्म दोनों है. प्योर ब्रह्मन ऑल्सो एंड व्हेन इट कम्स एज गॉड बोथ आर ओम. ओम अनुपालन और सहमति दोनों है. मीन्स सहमति मीन्स किसी को कंसेंट देना, यू नो. हर शुद्ध और हर शुभ काम में ओम का उच्चारण करके, हर शुभ काम और ओम का उच्चारण करके ही किया जाता है. okay? शुद्ध और शुभ काम. यह कहने पर ओम सुनाओ, पुरोहित सुनाना आरंभ करता है. ओम से शुरू करके सामवेद के मंत्र तथा गुणगान के गीत गाए जाते हैं. ओम से शुरू होकर सब प्रार्थनाएं सुनाई जाती हैं. ओम से अर्धव्यु पुरोहित, यानी जो मेन पुरोहित है, उत्तर देता है. ओम से ब्रह्म पुरोहित आरंभिक स्तुति गाता है. ओम का उच्चारण करके यज्ञ में आहुति डाली जाती है. कोई भी मंत्र होता है हमेशा बोलेंगे ओम दिस थिंग, यू नो. ओम का उच्चारण करके ब्राह्मण प्रार्थना करता है, मुझे ब्रह्म प्राप्त हो. और ऐसे ब्रह्म की इच्छा करने वाला वह ब्रह्म में स्थापित हो जाता है और वास्तव में वो ब्रह्म को प्राप्त कर लेता है. सो दिस वाज इट जस्ट टेलिंग यू. सो व्हाट इट इज बेसिकली दिस पार्ट कि उपासना में ओम की क्या महत्व है, उसका क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है, वो बताया गया है. सो बिकॉज वी नीड सम डिविनिटी, सम सैंक्टिटी, ओम ब्रिंग्स दैट. एंड यू नो, यू मस्ट हैव सीन कि जो हम लोग पहले चिट्ठी लिखते थे, यू नो, इंडिया में तो ओम ऊपर लिखते थे. अभी भी लाइक कोई भी शुभ काम करने के पहले ओम, राइट. Even in my Chinmaya mission class, I'll put Om on the top. It just gives us so much happiness, peace, something, purity comes in, you know, that's what it is. So here the advice is, so meditation में Om कहाँ लाना चाहिए. And also we need some material to inspire ourselves. So Om gives that push to us, you know. So what the way Swamiji is going to explain is that these students already knew the rituals. Because they, you know, if you go to गुरुकुल, वहाँ रोज होता है हवन, और ये सारी चीज़ें वो सुन रहे हैं, वो पहले से होती है, पर हम लोग ध्यान नहीं देते हैं. नो, इट बिकम्स सो रूटीन कि उसके पीछे क्या मीनिंग है वही भूल जाते हैं हम लोग. हम ओम 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 इतना सुना है कि नाउ इट हैज बिकम लाइक वी जस्ट स्टिक इट समवेयर एंड वी फॉरगेट अबाउट व्हाट इट इज. सो ही इज ब्रिंगिंग दैट सैंक्टिटी, दैट प्योरिटी अगेन बैक. You know, so your teacher is telling exact places where the ritual, where it is chanted, So he was just saying that how the helper ask as though बोलते हैं ना कि मैं शुरू करूं पूछेगा मैनेजर को, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग हाँ शुरू करो बोलेगा ओम, दैट इज इंडिकेशन करो. सो कंसेंट दिया उसको. एंड देन एनकरेजमेंट और भी उसी से देते हैं. समझो कुछ गड़बड़ हो रहा है तो उसको कुछ याद, कोई स्लीपी हो गया, कुछ हो गया तो ओम बोलेगा, फिर से जाग जाएगा. तो उसको बोला अनुमति और प्रेरणा, कंसेंट भी दिया और उसको एनकरेज भी ओम से करते हैं. दैट्स व्हाट एवर. जहाँ वहाँ ज़्यादा दूसरे शब्द बोले नहीं जाते हैं. लाइक कोई दूसरे वर्ल्डली बिजनेस में ना मैनेजर इज गिविंग लॉन्ग लेक्चर्स एंड ऑल. नो, इंडिकेटर इज ओम ओवर हियर. द मंत्र ऑफ सामवेद आर स्टार्टेड विथ ओम. सामवेद इज, उसका गायन जब शुरू होता है तो ओम से शुरू होता है. शास्त्र भी ओम से पढ़ा जाता है, पहले ओम बोलते हैं. एंड देन आहुति देना भी ओम से, ओम दिस को जो भी देवता आता है उसका नाम लेंगे. एंड देन इन द एंड उन्होंने कहा कि जो ब्राह्मण है और द पीपल हु आर डिजायरस ऑफ अटेनिंग दिस, वो से लेट मी obtain this Veda. They start chanting the Veda, and then his whole desire is, hey, I want to get this Brahman. I want to experience that Brahman, which is the theme of the Veda. And this is how he gets it also through this Om journey. So that's what it is. It's basically telling you that this divine sound Om is where it is used in ritual. That's what this whole thing is about. And then idea is that Swamiji is going to talk about it, that the meditator or the person who is striving such, he gets mental integration as a result of this chanting Om. And then there is a lot of sound vibrations help us, and there whole that science is there. तो जितना बार हम लोग ज़्यादा ओम बोलेंगे उतना हमको फायदा हो सकता है. That's another way of looking at it. Any question, comment? So in some ways it is simple. The Sanskrit sounded so kind of scary, but it is telling you different places. Okay. Who volunteers to read? Naresh ji looks like, I like his enthusiasm. I want next time somebody to beat Naresh ji and say it first.
I didn't volunteer, Umaji. I said if somebody else wants to do it.
We already gave them a chance. So you are on.
I did not say that.
It's just I'm teasing you.
No, it's good, Umaji, at least. Okay, so let me start. It's widely known that Om is uttered to indicate consent. The priest officiating at the sacrifice encourages his assistants with the words O Sarvaya. With the chanting of Om, they start their singing of Sama verses, and with Om Som, they recite the Shastras. Advayu answers with the syllable Om. With Om, the chief priest, the Brahma, expresses his assent. One permits the offering of oblation to the fire with Om. May I obtain the Brahman? With this determination, the Brahmana says Om before he begins to recite the Veda, and he does obtain the Brahman.
So I explain everything anyway, and I know it sounds very confusing, but once we got the picture, मैंने हिंदी में पढ़ा तो it became clear. Like different जगह कहाँ पर ओम यूज किया जाता है, precise जगह बता दी.
Actually, हमारी Hindi version was much better though.
True, because हम लोग इंडिया से आए, जो नॉर्थ वगैरह से आए हैं, हम लोग सोचते हैं हिंदी में ही है एक्चुअली. हम लोग कितना भी अंग्रेजी का चोला पहन के घूमे, मगर हिंदी से कुछ मिठास जो मिलती है वो हमको दूसरी भाषा से नहीं मिलती. और ये तो हम लोग वेदांतिक चीजें पढ़े तो ऑब्वियसली हिंदी इज क्लोजर टू संस्कृत. दैट्स व्हाई इट साउंड्स स्वीटर.
For the purpose of Upasana, it is necessary that the meditator, Upasaka, should be provided with some ideas of divinity and sanctity with his Upasana, or else his mind cannot be persuaded to remain in a divine attitude of inspiration, attaching itself to the Upasaya, the object of contemplation. Here the advice is given to meditate upon Om, and the teacher should provide the student with material to excite and sustain a spirit of inspiration in him.
So there are many things, it keeps you in that mode, in the spiritual mode. It's like I was thinking about it. हम लोग की जो greeting है ना, बोलते नमस्ते बोलते हैं, the true way में ऐसे थोड़ा झुक के बोलेंगे. You cannot be very angry and do this, right? You cannot be angry and go on this. You're bringing all the energy here, you're bowing down. तो अगर किसी से भी क्रोध भी आ रहा होगा तो थोड़ा शांत हो जाएगा. What happens when you're doing the same way? It's Om. It has so much power, so much is it, and automatically you cannot be chanting Om and be all angry and all. Once you know the meaning of it, through the Upanishad and whatever we have learned, when we see Om, suddenly the respect comes for it. My God, this is not just a symbol. This is something so deep, So that's what it is. That the more we understand what Om is, we will have the reverence, and it will affect our. It will make us pure in our thinking.
The student is the one who has reached the master after years of devoted pursuit of the ritualistic portion of the Vedas. He is very familiar with the sense of sacrifice and the various priests and the words uttered by them and so on. No student of this time could have failed to feel divinely inspired when they were reminded of a yajnasala.
यज्ञशाला, जहाँ पर यज्ञ होता है ना, उसका
Yajnasala. Therefore, here we find the teacher is giving the student some definite ideas about the exact places in the rituals where the various priests and officials around the sacred fire familiarly chant Om with all the priestly dignity.
So all they are saying, Swamiji is saying over here, कि those students थे ना, वो यज्ञशाला से पूरी तरह मतलब उनको पता था क्या है, because every day they used to do yagya. So it was they used to, the moment यज्ञशाला का नाम आएगा तो वो पहले ही divinely inspired हो जाते हैं. It's like मैंने एक जगह बना रखी है पूजा की, समझो. When I go there, immediately my mind becomes quiet because I know what that place is. Or if I go in the kitchen, I know I have to cook. Same thing. So he's just saying that here the students were such that they already were familiar with the Yagyashala. अब उनको deeply बताया जा रहा है कि देखो Om कहाँ precisely use होता है. That's all it is.
If you want to ask Umaji to somebody else to read it, I'm fine.
No, we were just joking. It's okay. Go ahead. That's good that you are enthusiastic about it. I'm happy. Yeah.
I want to learn as much as I can because reading makes it easier to absorb a lot more.
No, you are absolutely right. And these explanations are so important, and I hope everybody kind of sees that अगर हम लोग खाली words पढ़ेंगे ना, कुछ समझ में नहीं आने वाला हमारे. So जब तक ये सब नहीं पढ़ेंगे तब तक वो डीपली जाता ही नहीं है.
In the course of ritualism, when the subordinates ask, shall I do the homa or shall I start chanting, the chief priest gives his consent by saying Om. Again, when Ritvik is sleepy and misses chanting of the mantras in order to encourage him and bring his attention to the chanting, the elder priest would say, Oh, Sarvaya.
It's Shravaya. It's from the Shravaya means जो सब सुनने वाले हैं यहाँ पे. हाँ.
Thus, the Om is used by chief priest not only for registering assent, Anumati, but the same sound is used for encouragement, Prerna.
So it's just saying that assent and encouragement, Anumati and Prerna, both are given by Om only. And we saw the whole thing. The whole, यज्ञ में भी पूरा अच्छे से मैनेजमेंट होता है, वो यजमान होता है, फिर प्रीस्ट होता है. और अभी तो हम लोग एक ही प्रीस्ट लेंगे, लेकिन उस जमाने में बहुत सारे बैठते थे, 5 पंडित बैठते थे, लेकिन उसमें से एक चीफ होता था who was responsible to make sure everything is done correctly. And if the subordinate starts sleeping and all that, तो वो जोर से ओम बोलेगा उनको उठाने के लिए. सारा उन्होंने अपना मेथड बना रखा था. So instead of saying, hey, what are you doing? saying Om, तो उससे divinity भी बनी रहेगी और उठ भी जाएगा.
The mantras of the Samaveda are sung to the tune, and the singers of the Saman start their chanting with Om. The portions of Samaveda not tuned to the music are called Shastra, and they too are recited with the invocation as Om Som. The presiding priest of the yajna never talks during the yajna, and he sets the sacrifice in motion by saying Om. The sacrificer authorizes the priest to start the offering of oblations into fire again by uttering Om. A Brahmana with the desire, let me obtain the Vedas, start chanting the Vedas with the devoted Om. Assuredly, he obtained Brahman, the theme of the Vedas.
So we went through the whole thing, right? Different places, and we went in detail about everything, that where it's used. But just think of it, that how smart they were. Hey, तुम्हारा ओम इतना ingrained हो गया, उसके बिना तुम्हारा काम ही नहीं. And then if once you know the meaning, you are thinking about God the whole time. That's what the whole idea is, right? We saw in Bhagavad Gita, what did Krishna Bhagavan say? Hey, soak into that Brahman. And here, they are having you do without even you realizing it. And once you realize, then you say, oh wow, I'm thinking of Brahman the whole time because I'm saying Om. बिना ओम के तो यज्ञ कोई कर ही नहीं सकता, है कि नहीं? अपना मंत्र भी नहीं हम लोग बोल सकते. Even, like Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, हम लोग हमेशा बोलते. Actually, the mantra is Namah Shivaya. Because, when it comes to all that science and all, they always say Panchakshar, 5 letters. And that is Namah Shivaya. Uske aage bhi Om lagaya hua hai. You can't even say Namah Shivaya without saying Om. It sounds so incomplete. निकलेगा ही नहीं मुंह से खाली नमः शिवाय. You have to say Om Namah Shivaya. So it's like ब्राह्मण को पहले बाद में बीच में हर जगह उन्होंने खड़ा कर दिया. Unbelievable.
By thus giving some hints of the sacred occasions when the sound Om is used in the divine atmosphere of the rituals, the meditator gets a mental attitude of goodliness and sanctity. And the chances are that he will soon develop an amount of self-integration within himself as a result of his meditation on Om.
See, that's the whole trick. So it is attitude of godliness. It's even beyond good. It's like kafi highest pahuncha diya. So that's what it's saying, that it brings this sanctity and attitude of godliness, and he soon develops an amount of self-integration as a result of meditation on Om. Like I always say, when you go to the Hare Krishna Mandir, they will say, हर मर्ज की एक ही दवा है, you chant that Hare Krishna mantra. चाहे तुम नास्तिक हो, चाहे कुछ, अगर तुमने शुरू कर दिया वो चैंटिंग, तुम्हारे में अपने आप प्योरिटी और डिविनिटी आनी शुरू हो जाएगी. इतना वो लोग उस पर विश्वास करते. इस कॉल महामंत्र ऑल्सो, और इसे हनुमान चालीसा वी कॉल इट. दैट हे यू डू दिस, सारे संकट दूर हो जाएंगे. जो लोग नास्तिक वहीं बोलेंगे कैसे कैसे हो सकता है, बट देयर इज सम सटल एनर्जी that it comes, that through this, that you will have the self integration. The more Om you chant, and if you chant with meaning, bhavna and all that, to aur bhi jaldi hoega. So there are these, I think that these saints and sages were like scientists who knew the depth of it, and just giving us all these tips what to do. Yeah, any question, comment?
Umaji, I don't want to be picky, but I have doubts. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, sure. That's a good thing, that if you have doubts, then this is the place that we can discuss. Other people can, jump in. Yeah.
He obtains Brahman. Obtain is the word that is bothering me. You become or you obtain.
Because, obtain there, he just used it. You're right. You become Brahman. That is the right way. But it's like, because the desire is there in the person, that's why he had to use the word obtain. Because in the end, that desire has to be dropped also. You are absolutely right. In the most technical term, it may not be. It's something like whenever we say that the world is created. Don't we use this word all the time? Creation of the universe. Right. Creation. Technically, that's not true. In Vedanta, they will say it's called manifestation. It's not called creation. Nothing new is created. Science also says that. Energy to matter, matter to energy, you cannot destroy it.
Right.
It was always there. So then how can you, when you say creation, और इवन हम लोग अपने अहंकार में भी बोलते हैं कि ओ मैंने ये बनाया. स्वामी जी बोलेंगे किसने कौन लेके आया कहाँ से तुम क्या you made the seed that made your atta that I'm making roti every day. I did not create the roti. Just वहम हो गया मुझे. I've just taken few things, mixed it, and I'm calling it roti. That's all it is. So you're right that they use these words, but we have to rise above these words. They're just using it because the guy has a desire to obtain, to bola, okay, you will get it. That's all it is.
Umaji, it can also be called realized Brahman, right?
That's why it's called self-realization.
Right.
Atma Sakshatkar. Or they say, self-realization. Exactly by what you guys are saying. That it's not that I'm getting something new. I just realize that I'm Brahman.
Yes.
And that famous story of this, जो मेले में खो जाने वाली story, वो कितने भी so many Indian movies have कि बच्चा मेले में खो गया. So राजा का बेटा खो गया मेले में, and some bhikhari picked him up, and he didn't know he was a bhikhari. He was to beg outside the kingdom all the time, and finally they found out he was the king's son. So then they brought him and they put all clothes. Did the person change? No, he just realized that he was a king's son. So that story tells it the same person, but it's like so that's why it's realization. You are not getting anything new because you already have it. That's how the Vedanta will say. You are that. That's why they say you are that. Aham Brahmasmi. Today that Tej Pandita ji is not here. He was saying, no, Aham Brahmasmi last time. What does it mean actually? It's not like I am Brahma. At this Jiva level, I cannot be. But I just realized that, I'm the same material like that Brahman. So true. I don't know. Did that help you with that word obtain?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think, Umaji, one more comment.
Yes.
Next time when Nareshji wants to read, you should say Om and not say yes.
I love it. Yes. I think that will be very good. That will be practicing this. Whoever wants to read, just say Om and I'll say okay. But Nareshji brought a very good point. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. On the same topic of wanting to read, I am under the impression that if there's no volunteers, then I will read, right?
No, not necessarily. You can show the same enthusiasm like Nareshji too. No problem. No problem at all.
I just didn't want to step on anybody's toes.
I always say, hey, whoever has not read, if they want to read, obviously we want to give them the first chance. And what Nareshji said is so true. If you have the book, read it in the class, you will be forced to understand it yourself. In fact, we should come to a stage where you read it and you explain it for a few minutes, what you understood.
Oh.
I
always go back and read again.
Yeah, see, that you have that discipline. If you do that, that's fantastic. But if we don't, because, believe me, these things you can read it 10 times and every time some new thing will speak to you. Yeah. True, so true. Because the subject is so deep.
When I read ahead, I don't understand so much, frankly. So I have started reading, going back.
That's a very good technique also.
Especially today's Hindi translation was wonderful. हम लोगों को कई लोगों को संस्कृत भी नहीं आती है.
मुझे भी नहीं आती संस्कृत. मुझे थोड़ी बहुत जो पढ़ के वो हिंदी से connect करके, I don't know the grammar and all of sudden. I'm zero in that. I don't know all that. But it just, you get the hang of it, That's what. Little bit.
You go word by word, तो काफी कुछ तो
Because वो book में है, इसके लिए अगर मेरे को कोई पूछेगा तो मेरे को भी नहीं आएगा ये सब, but book में है. और अभी when we think about it, so many words are similar to Hindi, and then it started opening up in your mind,
Yes.
And Kamla ji kind of stopped coming now to the class. She was the one who insisted because she likes that Sanskrit. And she said, one time I said, do I need to read this? She said, no, please don't give up. Read that each word and its meaning. So I kept that tradition,
I remember Sneh was also very particular in the beginning.
Yes.
He used to say, no, read Sanskrit and all that.
तो उनके insistence से अपने को भी थोड़ा फायदा हो गया. True. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that today we didn't go to the mandir, but we can do it next week and it is available. So, if most of you can come, then we can.
I am not in town next week, but that's fine. I mean, yeah.
If if you know how many, can you show of hands so I know that at least 4-5 log hoenge, then it might be worth it. Okay, good. So we have enough people. Okay, fine.
I'm
Great.
going to miss next Wednesday. I have to go.
Never mind. It's okay. We have, nobody can say that I missed it now because we have the recording.
Exactly.
And then we have a double dose. Joe always sends also. In fact, one of my friends who used to attend from Dallas, and because she has a business and all, she could not. And I thought, she's not. And then she told me, no, that the Jogi Bhai, she calls him Jogi Bhai. Jogi Bhai sends and I listen. And because she's my childhood friend, she's so like happy. Say, oh wow, you're doing this, that, वो मेरे को कुछ दूसरा compliment देना शुरू कर देती है. मगर I was surprised that I talked to her after like 6 months and she said that she listens to Jogi Bhai sends it and she listens. I said, wow.
Actually, I still need some emails from newcomers.
So I think some of them gave it to you.
No,
Do you see from this group? I think that Samir ji can...
2 or 3 more. I see the number, but that doesn't help me. I mean, the phone number doesn't help.
Okay,
So when you find somebody, it is for the administrators. Just get the email.
Okay. So from next time anybody new joins, we will say that, hey, share your email. True. Okay. So let me do the closing prayer, and if somebody still has something to say, we can do that after closing prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om.